Imagine a young boy, barely out of adolescence, facing the brutal punishment of death for something as simple as stealing a fowl and its eggs. A crime many would consider petty or even forgivable. But for Segun Olowookere, a 17-year-old from Osun State, Nigeria, this is the grim reality. In today's video, we dive deep into the controversial case of Segun, whose life hangs in the balance after he was sentenced to death by hanging. The story behind this case has sent shockwaves through Nigeria, raising questions about justice, fairness, and the application of punishments for juvenile offenders. But before we go further, I urge you to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a thought-provoking story like this one. Now, let's get started. The story of Segun Olowookere begins in the quiet town of Oyan, located in Odo-Otin local government area, Osun State. It was here, at a poultry farm, that the incident took place which would change his life forever. Segun, along with his co-accused, was convicted of stealing a fowl and its eggs, a seemingly small crime in the grand scheme of things. But instead of the usual punishment for petty theft, Segun was sentenced to death by hanging by an Osun State High Court in Ikaran. A death sentence for stealing a fowl. This is a case that has left many asking, how could such a harsh punishment be justified? Was the punishment truly proportionate to the crime? Segun's sentence to death by hanging came after a conviction for robbery. The details of the crime, according to the prosecution, suggested that Segun and his co-accused were involved in a more severe act than simple theft. However, the severity of the crime raises the fundamental question, is it right to sentence someone so young to death for a non-violent crime, especially when they are still in their teenage years? The court's decision shocked not only Segun's family but also human rights activists who argue that the death penalty for minors, especially in cases involving petty theft, is an extreme measure. Segun's age, 17 at the time of the crime, should have been a key factor in determining the punishment, according to international conventions on juvenile justice. Yet, the verdict stands, and Segun now resides in the notorious Kirikiri Maximum Security Prison in Lagos State, waiting for his fate to be sealed. Segun's parents have not stayed silent in the face of this harsh sentence. They have tirelessly fought for his life, appealing to the Governor of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke, for clemency. Their argument is simple: a death sentence for a minor over such a crime is an injustice. They plead for a second chance for their son, someone whose entire life is still ahead of him. This appeal for clemency highlights an important issue in Nigeria: how the justice system treats juveniles, especially in cases where their actions may not have been violent or malicious. Segun's parents have asked Governor Adeleke to use his power to grant Segun mercy, and it appears that their plea has not fallen on deaf ears. Governor Adeleke, recognizing the gravity of the situation, responded by calling for an immediate investigation into the case. He has instructed the State Attorney General to intervene and ensure Segun's case is considered for amnesty before the year ends. The governor emphasized the importance of fairness and the sanctity of life in the state of Osun. Governor Adeleke's response underscores a significant point in this case: the role of executive power in addressing potential judicial overreach. While the judicial system in Nigeria operates independently, the governor's intervention can play a crucial role in ensuring that justice is not only done but seen to be done in a way that is fair and humane. The governor's action, instructing the Attorney General to review the case, reflects the delicate balance that must be struck between the letter of the law and the spirit of justice. This case, above all, serves as a reminder of the power that state leaders hold to correct potential miscarriages of justice. For Segun, this investigation is his last hope. It is a chance to see if the government can right a potential wrong and offer him a chance to rebuild his life, which otherwise may be cut short by an inhumane sentence. The ethical and legal implications of Segun's case extend far beyond his personal situation. This case has ignited a broader debate in Nigeria about juvenile justice, the application of the death penalty, and the question of proportionality in sentencing. Should minors ever be sentenced to death? Should the age and circumstances of the crime play a more significant role in determining a sentence? In many parts of the world, there is growing recognition that juveniles, due to their developmental stage, should not face the same penalties as adults, especially when it comes to severe punishments like the death penalty. International law, including the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, advocates for more lenient and rehabilitative approaches to juvenile crime. Nigeria, however, continues to grapple with these issues, as this case reveals. While the country has made strides in protecting the rights of children, the application of justice remains inconsistent, especially in matters of life and death. The public's response to the case has been one of shock, anger, and disbelief. Many have questioned how the legal system could impose such a sentence for what many see as a minor transgression. It is clear that Segun's case has become more than just an isolated legal matter. It has become a rallying cry for reform in Nigeria's justice system. With the governor's office taking action, there is hope that this case will spark a broader conversation about the future of juvenile sentencing in Nigeria. The public is closely watching to see how this investigation unfolds and whether it leads to Segun's sentence being commuted. This case, tragic, controversial, and heart-wrenching, forces us to confront difficult questions about justice, fairness, and the sanctity of life. For Segun Olowookere, it is a fight for his life, a life that is still young and full of potential. As we wait to see what the future holds for Segun, we can only hope that justice will prevail and that his case will become a turning point in the way Nigeria handles juvenile crime and punishment. If you found this video thought-provoking, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on this or similar cases. And don't forget to check out our other videos, where we dive deeper into the issues that matter most. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.